And gentlemen, to Recency Bias Radio, where no one is safe from criticism, not even the competition. I am your humble host, Dave Smith, Pretty Boy Smitty, Protocol Paul, Pearl Game, Ultra, Smith Dog Trail, all of that good stuff. This is rant number 7, shots fired, because anybody can get the smoke tonight. I'm finna take shots at everybody. I don't care. The way people are picking and choosing. Okay, not only production picking and choosing through the edit, but there are also people in the media picking and choosing when they want to criticize certain people if they happen to be black. I'm going to point out all of this, ladies and gentlemen, okay? So y'all just kick back. Happy 4th of July to all of you. If you're not American, hey, happy independence to you wherever you're at. I hope you're enjoying your day, okay? We're going to break down all this stuff, and I'm going to get into talking about some things that I guarantee that they leave out the edit tomorrow because they left some shit out today, okay? So the first thing I want to talk about is, because I forgot to mention this in the last episode, ladies and gentlemen, Sam, the girl that I drafted on my team, okay? See, this is my biggest problem with the edit. See, people say, Dave, you're race baiting. Dave, you don't know what you're talking about. But I'm going to get into with Angela and Rachel later why I was always right. And I was just planting the seeds. That way you all would notice it easier. And now all the people that said the banana thing wasn't racist, they look real compromised. But that's neither here nor there because I'm going at Sam first. Sam. Okay? You're gifted this little machine twist. That way everyone can feel sorry for you. Then the one moment during this veto competition, I've been watching feeds all week. They keep talking about how Sam blew up during this veto, during the shocking phase. And you even saw a split second of them blurting out her mouth. Why blurt out her mouth if you're going to mute the sound? Because they don't even want you to read her lips to show her in that light. They don't want her to be seen as aggressive, as angry, as mean. They want to position her as the next Donnie, mixed with a little bit June Song. Okay, they want her to be a mixture of those two. And Donnie and June Song were never poor sports. They never cursed out production during a comp. So they have to hide these things. But notice how they work so hard to hide something as obvious as someone cursing during a comp. I mean, that's not even that big of a deal. But the fact that they're willing to. But then during this episode, they go out of their way several times to once again make Swaggy C look like a dick. Further proves my point that this edit is designed. They pick Swaggy C on purpose to be the guy that galvanizes all of these other people against him. That's his role in this movie. Okay, look at it as a movie. He is a cameo role. They do not want him around for long. Okay, and I'm really gonna break down all of this nonsense. But let's be real here. During this episode, we saw several things happen. We saw Tyler tell Swaggy C essentially, I can't backdoor Angela, but let me use your girlfriend as a pawn. And for Swaggy C to even consider this as a possibility, you let us all down, brother. You let us all down. Now I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, he was in a compromising position, Dave. He's talking to the HOH. If he shows any anger towards him, then he'll just further push him in that direction. But if this dude Tyler is supposed to be working with you, that shouldn't even be uttered out of his damn pie hole. And see, this is what pisses me off the most. The fact that Chris actually said, okay, Angela's off the table. Let me go to my girl and tell her, hey, we might need to break up now. What are you doing? Because this made the edit by design. They want to put this black man in a position to make him look like the most untrustworthy mother in this game. And they did a great job of doing it because all it took was a couple of lies by Tyler. And all of a sudden, Swaggy C looks like he ain't even down for his lady no more. Okay, that's how they do us. That's how they do us. Okay, and did y'all peep game during this veto competition? During the whole pool part of the competition, the pool part, did you notice how many people showed so much vitriol towards Swaggy C online? All these people saying, you suck, Swaggy. You suck. Like he didn't win 2 of the first 3 competitions in this game. So would you say the rest of the house sucks? That didn't win this comp too? No, because you only hate him. That's interesting, ain't it? That's very interesting. And I want to address some of these white people online, because the rhetoric that y'all are using has a racial undertone to it. So let me just go ahead and put this shit on wax right now. Swaggy C didn't lose this competition because he can't swim. See, that's the narrative. He lost this competition because black folks ain't built for cold weather. That's what white folks are built for. But if you put a white person in a big ass heat lamp or something, under a heat lamp or something, put them in a high temperature location and make that a competition, are y'all gonna make fun of that white dude? Of course not. So stop acting foolish here as if you don't know black people are more comfortable in the heat, okay? Everyone is acting like Swaggy C losing his comp, but see, by them celebrating in his defeat, it only builds his legend more. This is the argument I use for LeBron all the time. If you spend so much time, invest so much energy in hoping someone fails, you're validating their greatness. And see, that's what people don't want to get into. Because Swaggy C, in my opinion, he's one of the only all-stars in the game right now. Like I'm talking about, you gotta bring him back because his archetype is rare. It's very rare, and he knows the game, but they don't want to show him knowing the game because he's not in power. So they only give us the minimalistic amount of information in order to build the specific narrative of him. And that's the truth. But I just wanted to open it up with that because we're going to get into Tyler next, okay? Because Tyler, okay, he tells him he doesn't want to draw the line because that'll get blood on his hands. He threatens to backdoor Bailey. Okay, now this is what I don't get. When he talks to Bailey and she says, why don't you just backdoor Angela? He says something to the effect of, she could have this twist. But did y'all notice how when Steve started interrogating him, cross-examining his ass, did you notice how all of a sudden Tyler's new excuse was, well, what if Angela doesn't have the twist? That's irrelevant, you idiot. And why didn't Steve point this out immediately? The minute Tyler says, well, what if she doesn't have the twist? He's showing you that he's going out of his way to keep her protected. That's a dumb question. And see, I thought Tyler was a great player till he said that. See, your excuses are starting to come off real bad now. But see, they're not going to put him in a bad light as a liar. They're just going to put Swaggy C in a bad light as the person to justify Tyler lying. And see, that's my problem. But see, Steve, he's on to something. And this is why Tyler wants him gone so bad. Because Steve is one of the few brothers, and I just mean people in the game. He's one of the few people in this game that can ask the right questions. Bailey's biggest problem is she ain't a super fan. So all of her questions are like social-based questions. They're not strategic-based, or at least they don't pierce through and get the answer you really need to know where this person stands. She asks questions and she doesn't apply much pressure. I wanted her to apply pressure because whenever Tyler lies, he doesn't show eye contact. A lot of times he's just juggling a damn remote. You know, the little remote with the little camera feed and stuff like that on the wall. He usually just juggles that up and down while he's making up his lies. And then when he formulates one, he finally looks at you. Come on, man. That's a dead giveaway. Okay. And Steve can sense it. But because Steve's on the block, he can't apply much pressure. And because Bailey is being threatened to beat a back door, she can't really either. Okay. Which means Swaggy C was the only person who could have legitimately do it. But because he's in a showman's, he can't either. So now it's solely on Faisal, who actually put it to this mug and told him during a veto comp, you shouldn't have said that, Faisal. You shouldn't have told him, hey, there's people amongst the ranks that ain't really thinking you loyal to us, bruh. He shouldn't even said all that, okay? He shouldn't even said all that. But see, they want this. They want us to look messy over here, and then they want this group over here to look Ronaldo. Did y'all peep that? That was pretty dope. That was pretty dope. I know. That was pretty dope. But anyway, I peep game on that. So you mean to tell me when you're talking to Bailey, the excuse for not putting Angela up is, oh, but she can have the twist. So fucking what if she has the twist, bro? That means the other person goes home. But because Tyler isn't telling people his real target, he's simply just stalling. And see, this is why you need super fans in the game. This is why I say we need 100% super fans. And then that's when people say, oh, but if we have 100% super fans, Dave, then they're never going to take any chances because they know too much about the game, Dave. We need recruits because we need someone to crash and burn and get the ball rolling. In other words, y'all want Swaggy C to be that guy. See, I can break down all the bullshit. And that's why I got a lot of enemies. But I'd rather have enemies and keep it real than have a whole bunch of fake friends like LeBron in LA right now. You feel me? Too many basketball references, Dave. Okay, let me stop. You feel it, dig me? But yeah, man, like stop it, bro. Stop it. Tyler is so bad at lying. He's good at the game, bad at lying. But I'd argue when you got Sam being spoon-fed, when Tyler's being spoon-fed an ally and Sam that has this power, on top of the fact, and we're gonna get into Caitlyn and all of the bullshit fuckery she's been involved in. I told y'all Caitlyn would probably spell the downfall of Swaggy C. It looks like that's on the rise. It looks like that's gonna happen. And for all of these people to not notice that Caitlyn is hanging out with Tyler for an entire day, and I'll admit it, some people made a lot of bad game decisions by staying away from her that long. You shouldn't allow the other side of the house to acclimate to someone in their lowest of lows, because then they'll want to run through a brick wall for whoever has their back at their lowest moment. Terrible gameplay by that side. But once again, that side doesn't have many super fans, do it? Now, granted, it's not many super fans in the game anyway. But my point is, though, when you have two sides, neither side really has that many super fans, but one side does have more, on top of the fact that that other side with more super fans has more white people. Oh, they're going to get every advantage in the game. You're going to have to do some supernatural shit to overcome these odds. Let's keep it all the way a buck. And this ain't about playing the victim card. This ain't about none of that shit, because I'm going to get into Angela and Rachel now. Same people try to tell me the banana thing. You're reaching, Dave. Same people try to tell me the whole apple being thrown at Angie, Rockstar. Oh, you're reaching again, Dave. How does that crow taste? Does it taste good? For all the people that didn't see it, I'm pretty sure you have seen the clip by now if you're watching this video, but Angela and Rachel, they're sitting on outside, basically in a patio, just talking amongst themselves, you know? And all of a sudden, the conversation starts turning into, man, my tan is getting so dark. My stomach is starting to look like Bailey's. I'm like, huh? Then somehow that conversation slowly but surely transitions into, if our complexion gets any darker, we'll have to change our ethnicity. I'm looking ghetto right now. I've got a ghetto skin complexion. What? And for Big Brother to tell these two racists, at this point they're racist, fuck the bullshit. Everyone's like, oh, hold on, they just had a racist moment, bro. So you can have all these racist moments and not be a racist. You do know that's what white privilege is, right? Ding! But y'all tell me white privilege isn't in the game. But then every time a racist moment happens, you're telling me I overreact, when all I can do is overreact to blatant racism. What are you talking about? So that's okay now. Come on, man. Y'all making fools out of yourselves. And this is why I go out of my way to say what I say on the first impressions videos after one episode of watching, because I can decipher the edit now. I have basically broken the matrix, okay? It's like when Neo jumped into Agent Smith and came out, and all of a sudden he could go to the machine world. Well, he went to the machine world before that, but you get my point. You feel it, dig me? It's almost like now you got the cheat code. And this is what my channel's about, ladies and gentlemen. It's to show you all the cheat code. That way y'all can be prepared for the fuckery that goes down. That way we can have a preemptive strike ready. They don't want us to have a preemptive strike ready. They want us to just sit here. Angela's over here crying on the floor next to the fake tears. But see, those white girl tears work in the game. They work. I've talked about this for 2 seasons now. White girl's tears is a legitimate strategy. Even Tyler, even he partook in some of the white girl tears. So this is a viable option when your back is against the wall if you're a Caucasoid. That is a move to use. Now, if you're a black person, you can't just cry. Look at Bailey today. She cries in her DR. No one had any sympathy for her. No one. No one really cared. But Sam does it and she gets a twist. See, this is just me showing you there's a clear double standard, okay? And you could tell by Rachel's disposition the entire day that she was in a bad mood, and here's my biggest problem with production. You owe it to the other house guests to let them know what those two women said, okay? Because by you telling them about how people house, you're showing your favoritism immediately. You owe it to the rest of the house guests too, because if they walk outside of this game and find out these two people said this and weren't alerted of this, and they were working with people who they didn't know were racist, then it further backs up my point that y'all will do whatever y'all can to help racists in this game, because y'all want those racists to keep watching your damn show. See, y'all have a responsibility here, okay? but y'all not utilizing it because you have favoritism towards Rachel. See, if Angela was the only person who did this, I guarantee all of y'all, they would have put that chick on Front Street and fucked her game all the way up. But see, here's the thing though. Big Brother has been saying for years now, if we have another racist incident, we're going to immediately, they're going to have ramifications and consequences. We're going to immediately make that person go home. Nothing happened. You just gave him a slap on the wrist. I don't see these two women on slop for the rest of the game. I don't see these two women apologizing for anything, you know? And see, that's the biggest problem, y'all. The fact that they will hide racism from the viewing public to keep a specific storyline going. You see how selfish and self-centered you have to be to think racism isn't important, but JC, the CBS is important? Do you know how insensitive that shit is? Okay? And see, this is why I'm necessary. This is why I'm necessary. I am what you call the equalizer of this community. I will set a tone and I will hold you accountable. And see, and for all these people feeling sorry for Rachel and Angela all of a sudden, what y'all feeling sorry for them for? Y'all are idiots. By expressing any type of sympathy for these people, you're showing your true colors too. Why are people so damn dumb? But then they say we're the race baiters. We don't have any facts to back up our claims. And yet y'all jump at the bone to defend a white person when they do something stupid. You know, and shout outs to Parker, former Big Brother house guest for Big Brother 9. Every time something like this happened, he's ready for war. I got respect for that brother. Where's Josh Martinez when that shit pops off? He's somewhere hiding, claiming to be half white. Okay, that's where Josh is at. I'm over here on Twitter after down, and I find out that Josh's favorite house guests are none of the black people, not even the Muslim Faisal. So you mean to tell me after this racist incident, you don't even fuck with any of these people? But when the game first started, the first thing that came out of Josh Martinez's mouth is, oh, I'm not rooting for the popular kids. I'm rooting for the other side. Well, the other side includes Swaggy C, Bailey, and Faisal. So how are you a fan of Caitlyn and Haley? Haley is over here basically jumping from dick to dick. Let's call it a spade in this motherfucker, okay? You mean to tell me you're a fan of that, Josh? What about Caitlyn, the chick with a boyfriend at home who was only around Tyler because Haley told her that she has a crush on Tyler too? What about her? Oh, you like her too? More than Bailey and Swaggy C? See, this is why I called you a damn buffoon, because you are one of the luckiest dudes of all time to be able to say, I won this game. You don't deserve to have that title. You don't conduct yourself like a true alumni. And did anybody notice? I'm just going to throw this out there. The motherfuckers is throwing up devil horns in this little Twitter pic. I mean, he could have sold his soul already to Hollywood. I don't know. But I'm just going to throw that out there because his energy has been real weird lately. Real weird. And he'll laugh at the whole, my dad's a lawyer alliance comment. He'll laugh at that shit on Twitter. But then when I ask him, how are you a fan of Caitlyn and Haley? No. I said, how are you a fan of JC? Because he said he's a fan of JC too. And understand, JC is out here molesting people. He's out here touching people in inappropriate places. Okay? So for Josh to show that he likes that more than Swaggy C, in my opinion, it shows that he's threatened by Swaggy C. He's threatened by his popularity. See, the one thing Josh had going on the black dude on Big Brother 19. So Josh got to be claimed by two communities. But now that Swaggy C is here and JC gets to be the Latin dude, Josh sees it. He's old news. And what do alumni do when they start to see that they're irrelevant? They say dumb shit. And maybe I shouldn't even mention them because it gave him more attention. But at the end of the day, brother, you're fucking cooning. If you were anyone of that descent with that melanin on your skin, say you're rooting for JC, but not Swaggy C, when Swaggy C arguably is in the same predicament you were in week one, it just go to show your game wasn't this master class of wit like you try to tell us. You just got lucky. Obviously. Because you would be rooting for the person who's in the same hole you were in if it truly was your game plan. So he exposed himself. So I don't give a fuck about J-Mart. That's what I'm finna call that motherfucker from now on. You're J-Mart, bro. Shit. You can close down like K-Mart. But anyway. Okay. So to get back to what I was saying. I don't like the fact that Swaggy folded so quickly with Tyler. And I really don't like how Tyler threatened to backdoor his lady. Now, here's my thing. If Swaggy C was in Tyler's position, and Tyler, let's say he's with Haley, do you think the edit would be that nice to Swaggy C? Do you think he'd be able to just spin some shit around and go, I can't trust this dude because he's trying to tell me what to do. Swaggy C gonna do what he want to do. Okay. First off, they would make him talk in third person to make the entire look of it look a lot worse. We know this. Okay. In the intro, he's wearing a Swaggy C shirt to remind people to hate him before every episode even kicks off. All of these things are real subtle. But let me move on though. Let me move on. Because I just felt like the shit that he was talking about was complete bullshit. But yeah, so at the end of the day, Angela and Rachel are both canceled. If y'all see anybody rooting for either one of them, I don't give a fuck who Rachel is. You know, Rachel, she's allegedly friends with Jackie from BB17. Even Jackie said, hey, it's not my responsibility to defend if you racist or not. Okay? Even Jackie said, hey, I'm out of this fight. You feel me? Because it's not your fight to fight. And see, I respect that. But see, there ain't that many Jackies out here. A lot of people gonna cape. They gonna cape because they want a little bit of that butter biscuits that I used to speak on last season. That's what they want. Oh, look at me. I'm defending a white person for being racist even though I have melanin. Can I get something? That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about, bro. You know? And here's something I wanted to point out in the last rant that I forgot to point out. Swaggy C and Bailey, since the game has started, has been last place on Jokers. Remember what I told y'all a season or two ago about how Jokers was filled with racist moderators? Remember I even told y'all about Survivor Sucks? Both of these platforms 100% support the idea and the religion of white supremacy. I can say that with full-blown confidence because I experienced it. I told y'all the story about how I was on Survivor Sucks. I shared a link to a rant, and a moderator tried to check me and say, don't pimp your channel on our page. I told y'all about that. So it's not a surprise at all to hear that Swaggy C and Bailey, Swaley, are 15th and 16th in the house guest ratings. That's not shocking at all. That's why I don't fuck with that website. But the fact that Angela and Rachel had those racist moments, and the next day, both of them went up a spot in the house guest ratings, shows how y'all really feel over there at Jokers. See, I peep game on shit. I like to look at the days and look at the ratings. I saw the rating on day 15. I saw the rating on day 16. 15, I believe they were 5-6. 16, they're 4-5. Check the numbers. They both leapfrog Scotty for saying racist comments. But this game isn't perpetuated and built off the idea of racism. Get the fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. As my brother Star would say. You feel me? Like, no, bro. And see, here come the excuses. I know the excuses is coming, but you can't refute this. And that's why I'm at the forefront, baby. It is what it is. Oh, Dave, you're getting cocky like Swaggy. We don't like you cocky. We want you to be a little punk-ass motherfucker that lets us be racist. That's basically the rhetoric you're using when you tell a black person they can't be confident. Just want to throw that out there. Okay? But yeah, I mean, that's crazy. And notice who is also the third to last place. The fourth to last place. Steve, who I still believe has some, I don't know if some of his ancestors was black, because what y'all need to understand is, once upon a time, the Moorish kingdom ran the world, okay? I'm talking all of Europe followed the Moors, okay? So you have a lot of Italians that are half black. I think Steve falls underneath this category if he's Italian, okay? So I find it very interesting that the four most melanated people on the show are last place rankings on this website. We need to stop fucking with this website. Anyone who looks at themselves as a minority in any way, you shouldn't be fucking with it either. They don't fuck with any of us. They really don't. And for people to say, I don't like Swaggy C because of his nickname, but then being Evil Dick's mentioned slobbing down his cock, it just goes to show these motherfuckers is full of it. You got Elena talking shit about Haley. Once again, another example that I brought up with Josh. People see their replacement coming to the job, and now they mad. Well, motherfucker, maybe if you were doing your job as well as you did it when you first got it, you wouldn't be the replacement. You wouldn't have a replacement. You feel it, dig me? You know, it's bizarre, man. It's so bizarre. You know, even Amanda Zimmerman had to check her and remind her, hey, you had a problem with me once upon a time. You know what I'm saying? Stop tripping. But once again, these people are working as hard as they possibly can. They're working as hard as they possibly can to stay relevant because they ain't on the show no more. We don't care what they think no more. And that's why I usually don't bring up former house guests unless they need to get them shots fired at a boom. And that's why I'm taking shots tonight. I really don't care. And it's the 4th, so shots is going to ring out regardless. You feel it, dig me? But anyway, yeah. And peep game at all the people trying to defend those racist comments as just a joke. You guys can't take a joke. Well, if we say everything Swaggy C is doing is a joke, you guys say no. Double standard. But yes, TMZ has gotten a hold of it. So I think Big Brother will do exactly what they always do. Start off an episode on Thursday, tomorrow. They will start off an episode with a disclaimer, and they will probably be forced to show this scene because it made it to TMZ. Now, most likely they won't show it based off what we saw tonight with Sam. But see, I think their favoritism towards Sam is different from their favoritism towards Rachel and Angela. I think they're all in with Sam. I think they're perfectly fine with making Rachel and Angela the sacrificial lambs. I think they're perfectly okay with that. If they know it leads to them still having us viewing it, okay? But what if we just decide not to watch tomorrow, to send a message? Or let's watch tomorrow, and if they don't show the truth, don't show the racist moment, let's not watch Sunday night's episode. If you got it on your DVR, unrecord it. Let them see the difference in ratings based off of their incapability of being candid. You feel me? Let's send them a message. Let's hit them where it really hurts their pockets, because that's all they care about. They don't even care about us, coach. They don't. But anyway, but yeah, so at the end of the day, and another thing, Rachel may have painted a target on her. This is some live feeds kind of talk real quick. Rachel may have painted a target on her, by the way, because they're practicing for this HOH comp in the backyard. It's turned into this lockdown where no one's been able to like go outside. So people, for the most part, they're turning a little stir crazy because they don't have that outside. I mean, Steve doesn't have his cigarettes. And I'd argue this is also a ploy by production to try to get Steve to blow up. I'd argue that because why would you make these people practice for a HOH competition so damn early? Like so damn early. I mean, they were practicing as early as Monday, I think. So I just think that's way too early to have these people work on something. It could have been Tuesday, but at the end of the day, that early, unnecessary, very unnecessary. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because Rachel appeared to be the strongest person at it. So this may have painted an indirect target on her just for being a damn tryhard. So that's something that we can look forward to in tomorrow's episode. What Rachel did during this practice session of whatever heat that they're doing. I don't know if it's some golf shit, if it's one of those crap shoots where you just hit it as far as you can and it lands in a hole and the hole has a number in it. You know how these competitions go. I don't know if it's going to be that, but it sounds like something that's going to be random who wins it type thing. So maybe it doesn't paint too much of a target on her back. I'm not sure. But yeah, so but to get back to Tyler, I think he's doing a good job of using the face or love triangle to his advantage. Now I'm going to start switching over slowly but surely into the Caitlyn conversation. He's slowly planting seeds to turn both Caitlyn and Haley against Bailey. And I told y'all Caitlyn would ruin Swaggy's game. So by them turning them two against Bailey, who seems to be the only person who can basically talk to Caitlyn, because at this point, Caitlyn is scared of to talk. See, she keeps it real with everyone at this point. You know what I'm saying? And I think they need to read between the lines on that as well, which I spoke on a little bit earlier, which I won't rehash. But my point is, at the end of the day, by Caitlyn telling Tyler this key information, she has already flipped. She's just hedging right now, depending on who wins HOH next week. And I can't knock her for playing the game, but her tactics are completely stupid. She's needy. And for someone that claims to have all of these chakras and claims to have all of these spiritual guides and to be able to read vibes and to know energy, she has one of the most toxic energies I've ever seen. Toxic. Like, just toxic, man. You know, Swaggy C is trying to talk to her. She trying to tell him. Like, I'm going to get into it a little bit later, but basically, to give you guys some context as to why Tyler all of a sudden has the idea to turn these two women against Bailey, it was an unexpected person who convinced him to do this. JC, the self-hating Latino gay man. Okay? This dude is willing to do whatever it takes to be on that side. He wants to be on that sick side. Okay? He wants to be on that side so bad. And see, this is why my prediction is there's going to be some type of middle alliance consisting of a Tyler, JC, Sam, Casey, and Caitlyn. I think those five are going to end up being the true power of the game because you're going to have these two other sides trying to win HOH bad to target the others. And then you have those five. None of them, well, Tyler can't compete in the next, but at the end of the day, none of them have any incentive to want to win the next HOH. JC has no incentive. Sam, she might have an incentive if she's forced to use her ability, but I'm being told there's a chance her ability won't even work after the votes are read, so she could still go home. But we know Big Brother's not going to let it be a chance. It's 100%. They went out of their way to hide the true Sam. And I got people trying to tell me on Twitter, ask me on Twitter, what is the true Sam? It's almost like they're trying to bait me into saying something racist. How about you go pay that $5.99 and watch the damn feed so you can see the real damn Sam? You feel me? And don't get it twisted. There are certain parts of Sam that I like. She quotes Migos when she's a machine. That's pretty dope. She was like, you whipping it in the kitchen like it's stir fry. Line to come out of her. But at the same time, though, that favoritism is the same reason I couldn't stand Marissa Jared Winokur. It's the same reason I couldn't stand Paul Beta Hangman. I do not like this. I want an organic game. And this is why these twists exist, to make it easier to rig it, but to make it seem as if it's very entertaining and they're hiding behind the entertainment by making it a little rigged, very rigged in most cases. Well, he needs to be careful because if anyone on the Swaley side wins HOH, I'm speaking of Tyler, he has to know he's getting thrown under the bus immediately. I don't see Brett or Winston. If Swaggy C has HOH, I don't see either one of them protecting Tyler. No, hell no. You think them dudes have honor? And see, that is the biggest blind spot in Tyler's game. See, I get it. You're the first HOH, and you're trying to make sure your HOH is the most seamless transition. I get that. In a lot of ways, he's playing the Hayden Moss game from BB12 in a way. He's aligning with a lot of men, and they got a lot of women snowed. Okay? I get that part. But he is playing the game so damn messy. He is lying unnecessarily. And there are certain truths he could tell, but he refuses to because he's scared to. Okay? And see, here's the thing. This is going to all backfire in Tyler's face in an organic game. It's going to backfire in his face because no one on that other side has incentive to protect him just because they protected him this week. It's every man, woman for themselves next week, especially if it's a resetted week. And here's what I'm really nervous about. What if this twist resets the week and then Tyler's able to compete for HOH again? That's what I'm scared of. And knowing Big Brother, they'll allow it. Then they'll say, oh, this is your moment, Tyler. Now go after Swaggy C. I'm worried about that. I'm really worried about that. But just something that I want to throw out there because I think it's necessary that all my thoughts get thrown out there. Some might not stick, but most do, goddammit. But anyway, so Casey, Angela, and Winston. I wanted to discuss this, and shout outs to whoever put this comment in the comment section of my last rant. I truly appreciate it when any follower of RBR contributes to the machine. I truly appreciate it. I'm not able to watch feeds at all times, so I need y'all sometimes to be my eyes and my ears, and I appreciate it. Well, Angela walks up to Winston. Well, she didn't really walk up to Winston, but she had a conversation with Winston, and this just goes to further back up my whole claim of her being a racist. Angela tells Winston, and see, this all started because Winston was basically being a little butthurt about the fact that Swaggy C and Bailey can keep claiming each other as siblings, but they're sleeping in the same bed with each other. So he's hating. He's just hating. He's a player hater, okay? And Angela throws out the idea, hey, why don't we get a condom wrapper and put it on their stuff? That way it looks like they're fucking. What? Are you kidding me? Like, it's getting to a point where this is so personal for her that she has to have, there is something in her past that she had to have done at this point, whether it be in high school, in college. Something's going to come out, some type of a hazing thing. Something happened with this girl that's undocumented right now. Because people don't become racist all of a sudden with cameras on them. No. They've always been one. The difference is they forget the camera is on them. That's the difference. But yeah, so I'm hearing she has no remorse for her comments. You know, no remorse at all. And this goes to further show she had no remorse for the banana. And then for her to say what she said about the ghetto complexion thing after already saying she wanted to put a condom wrapper on their belongings. Come on, man. This girl is jealous of Bailey. And she really hates Swaggy C. And I'm going to get into another comment that was made by Casey. Oh, let's put another motherfucker on blast tonight, Smitty. Let's put her on blast too. I got you, coach. Casey goes up to Angela and tells her she thinks Swaggy C might be bisexual because of his mannerisms. And I want to thank the same person who put me on game with the Angela and Winston condom wrapper thing, because they also put me on game with this. I think it's necessary to give credit where it's due, unlike certain channels. But yeah. Shots fired. But anyway, for whatever reason, Casey tells Angela bisexual because of his mannerisms. So wait, being bisexual can have a negative connotation for gay people, but it can't for straight people? Double standard. Ding! See the double standard here? For a lesbian to imply Swaggy being bi is a bad thing, furthermore proves my point that these house guests hate how confident the brother is. Gotta take him down a few sizes, huh? And the feminization of the black man is a huge tactic by white supremacists. And people keep telling me there is no such thing as the feminization of the black man. Usually it's gay black men saying this, but you guys have to understand and see it from my point of view. Remember what Dave Chappelle said. Every time there's a poppin' black comedian, they put him in a dress. Do you think that's the only way you can be funny? In a dress? Come on, man. Come on, man. I need y'all to be honest. It's okay for you to have a sexual orientation that I might not agree with all the way, but you have to at least admit that there is a feminization of a black man agenda going on. And for you to dismiss that just because of your orientation shows that it's kind of hard for me to speak with you on these topics, because I truly want to debate people that are of this community to get them to see it from my perspective. Because when the conversation continues, we are from it. Let's keep it a buck. But anyway, back to Casey. You're not getting off the hook that fast, okay? For a lesbian to imply Swaggy being bi is a bad thing, furthermore proves my point that these house guests hate how confident the brother is, to the point now where everything they say about him isn't even game related. Now, you can say whatever you want about Swaggy C, but the majority of everything he says is game related. He doesn't succumb to personal shots. Hell, he even made a fake deal with Winston. So he's open-minded, he's flexible, but what do? Y'all clown him for being flexible, when in reality, that's what great game players do, right? They make deals with their enemies, right? Didn't Dan make a deal with Frank Udi? Isn't that one of the biggest moves of all time? But if he would have failed, would y'all have clowned him for it? Probably. But this is why everything is revisionist history. People wait for the result, then they clowned you after the fact. That's just what's really real, okay? And there ain't no denying this at all. Casey is a direct example of where self-hate can get you. She craves the love and support from her white father over her Oriental mother, and then chooses to be a lesbian who shames bisexuals in her own community. She's the biggest oxymoron in the game. And for her to shame bisexuals while wearing an LGBT leotard even further shows how tone deaf she is and how thirsty she is to be with the cool kids, just like JC. What's poppin'? Ooh, boy, they getting this smoke tonight. They getting this smoke tonight. Now let's jump on over to Caitlyn, the psychotic one. Okay, she called Faisal and Haley kissing. Who cares? Then had the nerve to ask Faisal, are you all having sex? But then she goes to Haley and says, I never said that. Then her and Haley have a conversation after she spoke to Tyler, by the way, and Tyler basically caused her to flip over. Okay, good move on your part, Tyler, but soft, weak move on your part, Caitlyn, because it was way too early to flip. Now no one trusts you. And I'd argue Caitlyn has that GOAT upside now. She looks like the quintessential GOAT of the season. And I think for Tyler to win this game, his best option is taking Caitlyn. And I think he notices it as well. Well, anyway, yeah, so she caught Faisal and Haley kissing. Faisal hops out the bed to talk to her. She later asks him if they're both having sex. She talks to Tyler, spills this tea. She's butthurt because all of these people are walking on eggshells. I mean, I don't even blame Bailey. Bailey goes up to her and says, the only reason why we're not being 100% honest with you about how we feel about this situation is because you're like a cannonball. You could explode on anyone at any moment, which is the truth. I didn't have a problem with Bailey saying that. That is what allies say to you. They make you aware of how you're perceived. Caitlyn takes this key information, twists it up, and then decides she don't like Bailey no more and assumes Bailey and Swaggy are working against her because of Tyler. Then she has a conversation with Haley. Oh, man. She has a conversation with Haley, basically lying straight to Haley's face. Haley's like, I heard that you asked him if we had sex. Like, I thought we were friends. No, girl, we're like sisters. I would never ask him that. I love both of you way too much. And see, she's got this lie. She's just as bad at lying as Tyler is, to be honest. They're almost made for each other at this point because she's saying stuff to the effect of, well, Faisal's my day one, and I understand. This is what she said to Haley. I understand if you all have a showmance, why I can't be his day one anymore. Then she goes to Tyler and says, even if he's in a showmance with Haley, I should still be his day one because I was friends with him first. So clearly this chick is deranged and crazy. And honestly, Tyler, you're playing with a little bit of fool's gold here. You're playing with fire. Because just like this chick can get crazy, just a fatal attraction for a guy in a week, you could be the next one. And ever since Haley said she likes Tyler, she won't leave his damn side. So now that's your problem, Tyler. And see, here's the best part. If someone on Swaggy C's side, on the Fute, how do you pronounce it? Faute. I can't remember how you pronounce that. But anyway, if anybody on that side, that contingency, wins the next HOH, oh, please believe Caitlyn, she gonna whistle like a hummingbird. Oh, she gonna tell everybody what's popping. Okay, she's snitching. Okay, and see, here's the thing, though. I don't think there is any level of flirting Tyler can do with Caitlyn to make her not snitch in that moment because she's gonna panic. Because everyone's going to know that she's been playing it a little bit too middle ground. And see, she made a lot of mistakes in her conversation with Swaggy C that I actually took notes on. She went out of her way to say, I'm very tight with the other side of the house. Why is that some information you would say out loud? I mean, she's just bad at this. You feel me? That is, if someone says that to me, oh, they're gone. I know they're gone. And I'm going to start trying to make preparations for trying to get your ass out along with Tyler. Because let's be real, if Caitlyn is already showing signs of flipping and she's with Tyler, why don't anyone on that other side know that Tyler is the snitch? Why isn't Tyler even being labeled a rat online? You know how quick people were to label Ryan Ballantyne from Big Brother Canada 6. You know how quick everyone was willing to label him a rat? I labeled him a rat because he deserved to be one. Well, let's label Tyler a rat. JC isn't the only rat, and rats flock together. They love being in the sewage system together. And that's why Tyler and JC get along so well, okay? And maybe JC is just looking for a dick to pull in order to choose his alliance. I don't know. It's really hard to explain his game. And they keep letting him host competitions because they want him to win that next twist. I'm peeping game. They trying to give him as much TV time as they can. I'm peeping game. I'm actually shocked the whole wedding thing with the machine didn't make it on TV. But that's neither here nor there, okay? But yeah, I mean, but yeah, so basically, she even tells Caitlyn, I'm speaking of, she even tells Haley about the fake alliance made between the bros and Chris, Swaggy C, just to create some tension between Haley, Faisal, and Chris. I peeped game on that. She did that on purpose because by telling Haley that there was a fake alliance made between all of those people who happen to be the people that Haley is all flirting with, okay? Now it makes Haley think, are all of these boys playing me? Why didn't Faisal tell me this information? Surely Chris would have told Faisal. Does Chris not trust Faisal? Does Chris not trust me? See, it just creates a lot of questions in a person's membrane, okay? And that's the problem. And see, this isn't Caitlyn's game. This is someone else's game. This is Tyler's game through Caitlyn by proxy, okay? And you can tell by, oh, okay, wait, okay. So Caitlyn is only being honest with Tyler. She's obsessed with Faisal, but can't have him. So she's going to end up flipping the screw over the entire other side, pending an HOH win by that side. You can tell by all the lies she's telling Haley and the truth she tells Tyler that production already has Caitlyn in their pocket. Oh, bang, bang, bang. You can tell. Why is she so sure that flipping is the best decision for her? Why is she so sure? You know, because production's pointing her in that direction. The same reason why I think production is pointing Swaggy C in the direction of trusting Tyler to make him look stupid. That's what I truly believe, because Swaggy C is woke enough to be able to read someone. Swaggy C been in the hood before. You mean to tell me someone like Tyler can lie well to Swaggy C? Stop it. He's being told that Swaggy C, if I were you, I would trust him. He's, you know how production gets. And did any of y'all peep game on what production made Bailey say during the veto comp? I almost forgot to mention this. She said a line that had multiple meanings to it. Another way to bring down Swaggy C. Another way to bring him down to size. Literally. She said, Swaggy C promised me he'd come up big in this competition, and instead he shrank in front of my eyes. That's a sexual innuendo, ladies and gentlemen. And when you're the person in the showmance with him, and y'all both have admitted to having sex at least once, oh, that was forced for her to say. They made her say that. They made her say that. Don't get the game twisted. Oh, Dave, you're reaching again. No. Go back and watch that veto competition and see how out of place that line was. First off, no woman would say that about her man. No woman. Unless they're forced to. And that's the saddest part, man. I truly believe that they are forcing her to throw him under the bus the same way, in a way, they're forcing him to do all the things that are not in their best interest because they're telling him to follow Tyler. Anyway, so how you going to be a life coach but be the most unhinged, crazy person in the game? This game may have ruined her career. Like, real talk. She will definitely be more obsessed with Tyler by the end, and she even told him she doesn't know what she'd do without him. Fatal attraction has started, okay? Why don't Chris, Haley, Bailey, or Faisal think she hasn't flipped? Her whole disposition is confident one in the alliance. She told Chris and Faisal to their face she doesn't feel safe in the alliance. So she tells y'all to y'all face she don't feel safe in the alliance, and she says she's very tight with the other side, and y'all don't think she's flipped? What the hell is going on? Only production can make people listen to that and go, there's a chance we still have her. Come on, man. They're setting these brothers up to look retarded on TV. Let's call a spade, B. Like, come on, dog. She even slipped up and said she's tight with the other side. I need these brothers to see the light and charge her ass to the game. You feel it, dig me? You know, and I need Rachel and Angela to do something to make up for those racist comments. Because all of a sudden, oh, let's invite Bailey to talk to us. Oh, as if it's a privilege to talk to y'all too. Get the fuck out of here. And that's why I'm holding production accountable for not telling the rest of the damn house. And that's why I am urging, if any of y'all got a helicopter, got a damn airplane, fly a damn banner and say, hey, Angela and Rachel are racist. They said Bailey's skin complexion is ghetto. That's all you need to put down, coach. That's more than enough. Bet they do an instant house lockdown. and then people gonna start connecting the dots and go, that's why Rachel and Angela were in such a bad mood that day. Because they ass got leveled. They got leveled down a peg. Okay? And see, that's why, big brother, y'all really do need to show this on TV. Because this can be a learning experience for people. And let's be real, y'all care about these racist people watching your show anyway. They'll have a kick out of it. But I think it's important for people to see this of all colors. That way they can peep game on what goes on behind the scenes. I heard people correcting Parker. Parker said, white people say this type of stuff all the time when no one's around, okay? And then Evil Dick corrected him and said, some white people. Evil Dick, stop acting like you alone by yourself has never said the N-word. Stop lying, bro. Like people are acting like they've never said something racist on their own. We all have. But for you to correct this brother when all he's trying to do is allow everyone to learn from this and educate, okay, from the black perspective, you just say some. You must say some. I agree. I say some too, because I don't want to deal with the people that just want to nitpick over one word. Oh, you didn't say some. Oh, say most. Say, who cares? At the end of the day, it's still a racist moment. And by you focusing on some and most instead of the racist moment itself shows what? The white privilege again. Because instead of fixating on the moment being racist, you're fixating on the semantics of how I react to the racist moment. Come on, man. That's distractionary. Why don't you get to talking about this brass tacks in front of us? Okay? People don't want to get into that either. And let's be real. Evil Dick had a lot of vitriol towards Jamaica in his season. A lot of it had some racial undertones to that too as well. So let's not make it seem like Evil Dick is an angel, but at least he was upfront about being an asshole. So at least we can respect that, right? We can respect that. Whereas there's a lot of people acting like, oh, I'm just a nice person. Oh, like Sam, for instance, who very well could be a serial killer in the night. I don't know. You know, she has like all these different sides to her that are untapped on TV because they won't let them be seen on TV. So that's why I'm stressing all of y'all. If y'all can, try to watch these feeds to peep game on the real Sam. Because while I will say she's fun when she's in the machine, when she's not in the machine, all she really does is clean. Like she really doesn't do shit. You feel me? She's trying to play that June Song game, but with a Donnie likability, approval rating, like I mentioned earlier. But yeah, so at the end of the day, to talk about Caitlyn, to finish this up with Caitlyn, she says it was unfair for them to make Bailey deliver the news. But Bailey delivered the news the morning after she spoke to Haley. And Caitlyn was the one who never told Bailey she spoke to Haley prior. So in other words, Caitlyn was actually setting up Bailey to make her look like the bad person in all of this. When in reality, if they would have just let Bailey know that it was squashed already, she would have never felt the need to want to comfort her friend and squash it in the first place. Bailey was conducting herself like an ally. Caitlyn misconstrued her intentions, flipped it, and allowed Tyler to let her see, oh, she's just doing what Swaggy C tells her. Don't trust her. Come on, man. Come on, man. You feel me? But yeah, so it was Haley who did it first. That's the only reason Tyler was able to blame Bailey for it, because to Caitlyn, it felt like overkill. But Bailey didn't know her and Haley discussed it. So she was just trying to justify herself flipping by blaming the men for doing something she and Tyler did to Bailey. Ooh. Woo. See, man, listen, man. The way I put it together, bro, I'm Mozart of this shit, man. But yeah, so at the end of the day, the last thing that I want to speak on is men. Stop doing all this damn wall climbing, please. Swaggy C, you got enough of a target on your back as it is. You can go one day without working out. I get it. You got your girl in the house. You want to look nice for her. You want to be the Adonis. Okay, I get it, coach. I get it. Same with you, Faisal. Y'all both is basically trying to turn your ladies on by working out in front of them. I can dig that. But you need to understand that you can't afford to be looked at as a bigger threat at this point. I mean, even Scotty was climbing up that damn wall. Scotty, what are you doing? No one is discussing your name. You are arguably, and me and Derek Levasseur both agreed with this, you are arguably in one of the best positions in the house right now. Your best idea is to say, no, I can't climb that rock. I can't do it, guys. No, ha, 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 no, I can't do it. You know, that's your best option to keep playing up this beta male nerd thing. The fact that you actually climbed up it showed a lot of people like he could be putting on the front here. And that's what I'm worried about with Scotty. People notice you climbing up that thing. And see, he climbed up that thing. I think they had like a regiment where Swaggy C did about 20 of them up and down. In between, he's doing like push-ups. Faisal did maybe 15 of them or something. And then you got Scotty doing like 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you're looked at as half the comp beast of Swaggy C, that's not good for your game, Scotty. Take your ass off that damn rock climbing wall and sit somewhere with Steve and keep fake arguing about dumb stuff. That's going to help you move further in this game. So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, that was the 7th Rant Shots Fired. I hope I lived up to all your expectations. Everybody got their work tonight. Everybody. Okay. And if you see anything on the live feeds, feel free to post a comment and make me aware of it, because I may have not seen it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So we're a team here at Recency Bias Radio. We're no one is safe from criticism. So if you could, please like, share, and subscribe. Click the bell on the right side of my channel's page, and you could be here with the most lit live chat in Big Brother 20 history. Tomorrow, after the live episode, which most likely won't be an eviction, I will get to answering questions. Remind y'all that be here and be ready, because I'm going to jump right into it after the rant. So I won't be like, all right, I'm about to take questions. Let's get it popping. So have your questions ready ahead of time. That way I can sort out the best from the worst. You feel it, dig me? Because Ghost Hunter been killing shit lately. Let me just keep it all the way real. Let me keep it a buck. But at the end of the day, I am Dave Smith, and this is Recency Bias Radio. I hope y'all enjoyed the 7th rant, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Happy 4th of July. And y'all avoid these fireworks. Don't be a Jason Pierre Paul in this law.